go. Feedback.
All right, welcome. You guys made it. Congratulations. You survived the first step of the feedback loop. Now we go to step 2. So, I'm here to tell you that everything is not as it seems. The feedback loop is very simple to figure out and very simple to explain. You guys remember a long time ago, I'm dating myself now, but when you saw this little, I think it was a monkey, and he would have a picture with his hands over his ears, his hands over his eyes, and his hands over his mouth. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. And be careful, little mouth, what you say. That explains the feedback loop. Now, we are human beings. There's a little adage that says, you are what you eat. I'm here to tell you, you're digesting more than the things you put in your mouth. You're digesting what you see. You're digesting what you hear. And you are digesting the words that come out of your mouth and create your reality. If you expose yourself to negativity, if you continuously promote and run to superficial or sensationalism, things that are, oh my God, did you see him kick that dude's behind and blah, blah, blah. Your life is going to turn into that because you're digesting it just like you digest food. We become what we practice the most. It's not rocket science. If I continuously promote negativity, I may as well, walk in a circle every day, all day, right in front of my house. Because my life will not progress. It will not traject any other way except that loop that I create in myself. So my job, my responsibility is to help remind you, to help shine a light on some of the things that we do to trap ourselves in a loop. And we can't get out because we're not aware of what we're doing to start that. So my mentor told me I had to change literally everything about my life when I made my decision to change everything. He said I had to change the people, the places, and the things. I had to change the people I was around. I had to change the places that I went to. I had to change the things that I did. And that was the only way that I would break free from my own self-destruction, my own addiction, my own self-involvement in things that I knew were taking me out. And I made that change, and everything changed. I started to look at life as a very wonderful place where I could paint whatever I desired, as long as it was in line with love, the edification, and the sustainability of this thing called life. The thing that every one of us experience when we lay down at night and we wake up the next day, you are sustained to see another opportunity to change your life for the better. If all you change is your perspective, you've done a great job, because there are people who have everything, and trust me, they're miserable. You see it around us. You see it in government. Billions, okay? Miserable. They're not happy. If you're happy, why are you messing with everybody else? Leave people alone. You must not be happy. So it tells you right there, the money, the riches, all that doesn't do it for you. It's that heart, and it's that mind, and it's that perspective, the way you are interpreting your life. So I've done things over and over and over again and expected something different to happen. They call that insanity. And the world right now, oh baby, it's running rampant. People are waking up doing exactly what they did the day before. And I don't know how they expect anything to change. If I wake up and my face is in my phone, I'm not living my life. I'm living somebody else's life. Matter of fact, I'm giving them more power and energy than I'm giving myself. And I don't see how that makes much sense. When, like I said, time moves in one direction, forward. But we as a society, we as a people, we as human beings, individuals with every right to make a different decision, we go right back to the same thing. And then we wonder why the world is so messed up. We wonder why life seems to be repeating itself. Why are we still dealing with racism? Why are we still dealing with sexism? Why are we still dealing with separatism, classism? You know, all these simple things. It's like we should have been over that, you would think, a long time ago. I swear, if we were on the right track, I believe we'd be levitating by now because we would have been moving in a direction that promotes expansion, not control. We tried it, it didn't work. Human nature's not going to stand for it. So you go right back to the loop. It might be a social breakdown. Society may break down. But we've been through that before. We've had all kinds of movements that had to change the way that we treat people, the way that we set up systems to deprive some and reward others. It doesn't work. So if I start in my mind and in my space and in my life, maybe it can make a difference. If you start in your space, in your mind, and in your life, maybe we can have a chain reaction. And the right people will get the message. Let's get off the roller coaster, y'all. Let's get off the merry-go-round. Let's progress. Let's move forward. Let's practice the simplest of principles. Present that which you seek. If you want something positive, take that to every situation you go to. If I want joy, I'm going to bring joy. If I want peace, I'm going to represent peace. I posed a question to some people that I was working with one time. And I said, if you could have a sign over your head everywhere you go, telling what you represent, what is your core, reason for being here? What do you bring to the table? And, just posed it. I didn't even wait for the answers. I just asked them, what would that be? I've made peace with myself. I've made peace with my family. Mine would be peace. I have a plethora of others that I would throw in, but I know if I'm at peace, the others will come and I will be able to receive them. But if I am at war with myself, if I'm creating the very situations that aggravate me, that frustrate me, that send me into places of resentment, I'm doing it to myself. I'm not at peace. I can't hear the Spirit in the wind, in the waves. I can't hear the consciousness of God, love. I can't help my brother because I'm too wrapped up in myself. So I implore you, understand, when you wake in the morning, and you come to a conscious space, and you enjoy the privilege of sight, sound, feelings, ideas, please don't trade that in. Hold on to that. Let it guide your life. Will it be trouble? Yes. Are there mean people? Yes. But you don't even go that way, so you won't be in danger. Now, some people feel like we have to fight. Yes, we have to fight. But you cannot win a war of hate with hate. You're promoting the very thing that you're trying to fight against. It's simple. You have to overcome hate with love. You have to overcome fear with faith. It's the only way it works. It's very simple, but we forget. I came to remind you. It's not that hard. And if we do it, one by one, you will see a change in your own life because you'll start projecting love in a different way. Loving yourself, loving your family, loving your fellows, loving the process. We all get broken sometimes. In every life, some rain must fall. But we're going to talk about the gremlins later. They show up in numbers, in droves. And they try to convince you that you're not worthy of good because of what you've done. They're using a point in time that is gone, long gone, and trying to bring it into your moment right now. Every second of your life is brand new. It deserves the majesty and the freedom of a brand new moment. Why drag the pain from yesterday? Why drag the resentments? Why drag the hurt from the past into a brand new moment that you've been given? But we're creatures of habit, and I get it. But there's another way. There's another way. Get off of the merry-go-round. Step away from the hate. Love yourself, and my goodness, love your family. They're the only people that are going to be there for you when all is said and done. If you want to lose your life, give it to the power of love. Give it to the greatest power of the universe, and I guarantee you, you will find value again. I love doing this, and I love bringing the messages because I am full up. I'm full. I have been through everything I needed to go through to bring me to a moment that I can give back that which I received so freely, that changed my life from the inside out. Yes, I had to make amends. Yes, I had to apologize. Yes, I had to change my behavior. But it worked when I gave it a chance. So I ask you, if you understand what you put in is what you're going to get out. Feedback loop is not hard. It's very, very simple. We've been given the tools, and if you don't have them, we're here to provide them again, because we all forget, and you need to be reminded. I am here to remind you, you don't have to suffer by your own hand. Free your mind. Let go of the rat race. It's not worth it. These people are killing themselves for a dime. And they get it, and it's not worth it. They're not happy. Now, mind you, success and climbing up the ladder of accumulation and all those, that's wonderful. I love it. It's a great thing. Hey, I happen to do it myself. Starting on the streets of Chicago because I was robbed. I did it out of necessity. I had to survive. But my faith stepped in. Every day I hit that street, I hit it brand new with the love and the desire to let those people feel what I felt blowing that horn. The way that I was touched and moved with hope. I went through something one day. I thought this was just after I had gotten to Chicago. I was run out of the Cotton Club, told I couldn't play. I went down in the subway to try to play and earn my $30 for my room. And the lady comes over, an old lady, and we don't want to hear that noise. I was devastated. I was about to pack up my horn, and I didn't know what I was going to do. But the people came around, and they said, man, you play, because we like what you're doing. They started throwing money. They said, if she don't want to hear it, she can go to another stop. And love itself, life itself, the gift itself made room. And I was able to play. Tears rolling down my cheeks while I played Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Thank you, my God, the universe, the power of my being, for an opportunity to continue. And I don't even need to tell y'all what happened after that. So a lot of y'all heard me at the Cotton Club too many times. I think 10 years we ran that place. And I was told, after only maybe 3 weeks of being there, that I couldn't play. And the person that told me that came back and wanted to play. They said, no, Ray Silverman has the stage. So life will give you retribution, fair retribution. It will give you, the tides will turn. Everyone will have their day. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to promote? And we can get in that feedback loop filled with selfishness. We can get in that feedback loop filled with self-importance. But it's a losing battle. It goes around and around. You will find yourself having to deal with the same problems, the same issues over and over and over again. I offer you a thought, an opportunity to try something different. Find the love that you have in your heart. Find the gift that you have and offer it freely. See what happens. So you see I'm passionate about this because I can't help it. I don't think like most people I know. I don't do things that most people do when they're in this business, the music business. You know, when I got my degree in psychology, it was like puzzles. The pieces of a puzzle just started coming together. And I started understanding this is why I keep having these events in my life. Because I keep feeding the loop with the bad gasoline or whatever you want to call it, fuel. And I changed it. Sometimes a day will go and all you can do is be silent and wait. And there's nothing wrong with that. I learn a lot when I spend time being quiet. Sometimes I'll intentionally do it because, as a rule, my mentor taught me that silence is sometimes the answer to everything that you need. Because you get to watch your mind. You get to listen and not have to say nothing. And see how sometimes it will go off the rails, off the freaking rails, and try to drag you with it. So silence can bring you the greatest victory in your life. You can tame your tongue. He who tameth his tongue has tamed everything. You can master the world when you tame your tongue. So let's move forward. The answer to the feedback loop, present that which you seek. Your loop will be complete. You will be in the flow of the universe. Because why would I expect something that I'm not presenting? Does that make sense? How can I expect peace when every time I come into a situation, I got to argue and agitate? Where's peace going to be? Where I've crowded it out of the room, my life, my mind, and everything. But if I'm quiet, I can bring peace. I can welcome peace. And let me tell you, the peace that passeth all understanding, the reason that is because you're in direct communication with the spirit that fuels us all. My next episode after my sister's interview is called The Threes Have It. I think you might be interested. So thank you all so much. Our next segment is coming up. Panky is coming with the Gremlins, y'all. So stay tuned. We have a little break we're going to take. We'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you.
Are you tired? I don't mean regular tired. I mean completely worn out, absolutely fed up with doing the dishes and doing the laundry and picking up behind those ingrates in your life. Well, you come on down to the Procrastination Bar and Grill where you can disappear for weeks at a time. That's right, the Procrastination Bar and Grill. Why, heck, if you mention WITP, we'll give you a corporate-sponsored message to go to your loved ones back at home. It'll say you have won first place and first in line to hurry up and wait. That's right, the Procrastination Bar and Grill. This message is brought to you by Negativeron the Neurotic, the proprietor and sole owner of the Procrastination Bar and Grill. Well, we're open 24 hours. And like we said, if you come down and mention WITP Radio, you'll get that corporate message to those ingrates who don't appreciate nothing. So come on down. We'll be waiting on you.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Panky, and the time has come. The moment has arrived. We are prepared to meet the Gremlin 6. Panky's Gremlins.
Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The Gremlin 6, my friends.
First up, we have Woe Is Me. Woe Is Me is a 26-year-old bachelor who enjoys sunbathing. If not doing that, he'll be at the dock of the bay contemplating going back to college at the School of Hard Knocks, where he'll major in Murphy's Law and Poetic Justice. And next up, we have Clapback. It is reported that Clapback got an attitude when someone told him he looks like he was stuck in the past, so instead of clapping back, he might want to clap forward. He's held that grudge ever since. Ah, there she is, the Lady Unique. It's been known that the Lady Unique enjoys staring at the walls and attempting to hear the grass grow. She's so unique, she's practically non-existent. Ah, yes, Mr. THT. It is reported that THT failed to dunk a basketball when he was in high school. He obviously does not have the height to dunk said basketball, so he knifed it and never attempted to do anything else again. The Lady Hypochondria. It is reported that she visited a hospital 17 times within 1 week, complaining of illnesses that no one ever heard of. When asked why she did not see a professional doctor, she said, "Where do you think I got this flu?" Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the tiny princess, Princess Carol Pittimy. Need I say more? In the Paint is a Sax Life music company. All rights reserved. This just in. Breaking news. It is reported that the Gremlins are not who they say they are. These reports have confirmed that these Gremlins have had unconfirmed relationships with the nefarious Negativeron, the Neurotic. Full story at 10.